Hey you guys, Marielle here, the Business Alchemist. How is everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. I am excited to bring on Ashley Molson, who is one of my students, and she's also an amazing real estate agent who decided to create her own virtual law firm. So she's a little bit of a disruptor, to be honest with you. I call her my unicorn. She's amazing. You're gonna love her. So I'm really excited to have her. We are gonna talk about all things being a disruptor, some of the things that she has learned, some of the breakthroughs she's had. She is actually now coaching. Oh, here she is. Hello, baby. So Ashley, just go ahead and request to come on here. And I will bring you on, babe. So Ashley she created her own virtual law firm, which is, oh, here we go. View. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. I've had a busy day. I started 2 new groups today. It's just been
Amazing.
it's been amazing. It's been hectic, but it's been good. You know, trying to recover from a long weekend. How are you doing, babe?
Also, really busy. The law firm is busy with also building the coaching program and just staying low key otherwise, with like activities and stuff, not really traveling much yet. And yeah, so focusing on work, hustling a lot.
Yay! Well,
Yes,
thank you for joining me, babe. I really appreciate your time,
you
and
too.
I always love hanging out with you. Anyway, but
Same.
I was just telling everyone a little bit about you, and so I was saying that Ashley Molson, she's ESQ. She's a real estate lawyer, and you're a little bit of a disruptor. I mean, you are this brilliant real estate lawyer, and then you're also this like brilliant yogi, and you started your own virtual law firm, which is kind of unheard of, especially for someone as young as you. So I've coined you the disruptor, the peaceful,
I love it.
blissful disruptor.
Yes.
So I love that because you've been so successful doing that, and now you're actually helping other lawyers and they're making. Do you hear them?
I do.
That's what happens here at the beach.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But now you're actually helping other lawyers and attorneys do the same thing and actually learn how to create a virtual practice. And I think now more than ever, when you and I started working together, COVID had not gone down.
No.
Like it was still like normal pre-COVID times, right?
Yes.
But now more than ever, people are really looking to get help and solutions on how to work virtually from anywhere. In fact, one of our neighbors on the beach, we have this little cabana, our cabana neighbors, he's actually a lawyer as well, and he just goes through court via Zoom.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that how you do it too?
Well, my practice is transactional, so I don't go to court, but I go to my closings via Zoom. And if I wanted to, I could have meetings with clients via Zoom, although most clients are more comfortable on the phone. They're not too ready to constantly be on face-to-face phone calls. But I think that's just because that's how business was done as usual. Really, the in-person aspect that's different now is the closings. We will attend via Zoom.
Yeah. So when you and I started working together, your goal was to build this consulting company. Tell us a little bit about your vision when we first started working together.
Yeah. So my goal was to build a consulting company that, one, helps attorneys become more efficient with their time, which does require them to take steps to be more virtual, because there's a lot of steps that you can really waste your time with if you're trying to do so much in person. But it goes so much deeper than that. I really want to help attorneys break through the traditional business models and come to a place where they actually can be attorneys and love their life, which is an anomaly in the legal field. And
I know, that's why I call you a disruptor. It's completely.
Yeah. And to be happy, and also self-aware, and provide a really high level of customer service to their clients, but at the same time be more efficient and able to travel and kind of balance their lives, their personal lives with their work lives as well.
I know. I think it's phenomenal. And I think that, we're living in a time where it's like a gold rush, because more and more of that is going to happen. And, the law, like in what you do in your market, that's just one example.
Right.
But in almost anything, there's so many professions out there right now that really have completely almost transitioned completely into a virtual model. I mean, I work with a lot of therapists as well. And they never thought that they could just have an entire virtual online business, if they chose to. And I mean,
and
it's
what's
pretty
nice is you can structure it so that it could be portable, but it doesn't have to be. I could be in an office and I would still run everything the same way that I run it with my virtual abilities, right?
Exactly.
So it's I think the scary thing that people don't have to be so scared about is that you could just create it so that you have the option available. And I think that was the biggest problem with COVID, was people weren't ready for it. So
no, it kind of hit everyone. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Slapped us in the face.
Yeah,
I hear you. So what was one of your biggest breakthroughs that you feel you had while we were working together and building your program and all that?
So I think that something that traps me a lot, and I'm still working on it, is the idea that you have to have everything kind of perfect and planned, and you have to have everything laid out before you welcome clients into your space. And I think from what I've learned from you is that's the opposite, and that there's kind of this dance that you do where you let them into your space and then you create something, and then you let them in a little bit more and you create more, and it's not so black and white. And so that was one of the biggest things. I'm really breaking through that now. And
and it's one of the biggest things that I always say when I start working with you guys. It's because everybody thinks that they have to have everything laid out perfectly. You have to have the website, you have to have this, you have to have that. And in reality, the only thing that you need is you need to have the ability to help someone out.
Right.
And I always say, well, if you are at least 3 steps of someone, you can help them out, because you already know and you're close enough to where they were 2 or 3 years ago, that now that you're still very, it's still very fresh for you, right?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's so counterintuitive, because you would think that you have to have your entire online course ready, and you don't. You can actually create it as you go.
Yeah, and then if you think about it too, if you try to create something without any clients, you're not really going to serve them well, because you learn more about them when you work with them. So you can provide better content and better education for them if you just start working with them, because it's very difficult to predict the way they're going to ask questions and the way you need to deliver it. And I think that I did learn that with my law firm, but it's like applying it to a new business. It's like you forget everything you know. And
true.
Yeah. And I realize now that like now that I have clients, I can create systems. It's like you can't create systems without the clients. So it's
Yes.
you got to get the clients first. It's so important, and you've definitely hit that nail on the head more than enough times.
Well, what is one of the things? So one of the things that you learned to do while we were working together is getting visible and doing your videos and your content. And I mean, you're so good at it. I'm like, she didn't need to learn this. So what was your biggest breakthrough in doing that?
I think that the biggest breakthrough was doing it daily and just having the intention to post a video every day. I will be honest that I've had some things happen in my life where I haven't, it's like personal things, I haven't felt like going on the video uh, with some personal things. But before that all happened, I was getting on video and just doing it, being like, hey, I have 10 minutes right now and I have this idea and I'm just going to record a video and I'm not even going to watch it. I'm just going to post it. And the commitment to just doing that every day, I think you had told us that once you have it in your mindset that you're going to do it every day, the ideas just start flowing. And they really do. It's like all of a sudden you have a list that's too long to even handle with ideas of things to talk about. And so that was one of my biggest breakthroughs, was that if you have the intention to do it every day, the ideas will come and it'll become natural and you'll just keep doing it.
And you mentioned to me that one of the things that happened that you totally weren't even expecting is you started getting more business for your law practice.
Yeah, I've been posting videos not even about my law practice at all, but more geared towards like attorneys and their practices and how they can have better
Coaching them.
interactions with their clients. Yeah, coaching. And I started getting more clients from agents sending us work. So it's because they're like, wow, I see that you lead from the heart and it's so wonderful and I want to work with you. So really just like showing your authenticity and showing up. People, if they click with you, they're going to work with you in so many different ways.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about your philosophy with in your vision in life, and for other people that want, other lawyers that are in your space. What do you foresee happening in your industry, and what's your vision for them?
Well, my philosophy from the perspective of a lawyer is that we're healers. A lot of times we like to say that we're problem solvers, but I don't like looking at it that way. I really feel like we're healing, and to make our clients' emotional well-being our first and foremost priority is what leads to so many other important business decisions. And when you are an attorney and you have your own practice, you really have such a unique opportunity to connect with your clients and to treat them in a way where you are also fulfilled and satisfied. Um, Lawyers are so inundated with paperwork and um, problem solving, which can be very stressful. So if you focus on the emotions of yourself, of your clients, it brings a lot more life to it and a lot more satisfaction because you're actually like involved. You know, you're not just going through the motions, very surfaced. And I think that's really, really, really important. And that's where my law firm just became what it became because it started with that intention.
That's amazing. I mean, it's kind of it's such a different way of thinking of your type of business. I've never met a blissful lawyer in my life ever except you. But it's one of those fields that really needs it the most. I feel like from being around lawyers in the past, it seems it's so transactional. It's so fast paced. It's so stressful. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
They almost also seem to be a group that's also a little unapproachable.
Yeah.
So how refreshing to have someone that says, you know what, I'm going to help them. And I think that's one of the things that I always loved about working with you is that you have this unique niche that that a lot of people aren't helping them out. They're not really focusing on that niche, right?
Right.
I think, there's this saying, there's riches and niches, right?
Yeah.
But there's also so much satisfaction in helping out a group of people that really didn't also necessarily sometimes don't even know that they needed the help until a breath of fresh air comes in and says, you know what, there's a different way of doing it. And
Right.
being the example of that, I think, is phenomenal. I also think that so it's so phenomenal to see how you've blended both things, because no one's to say that you can't do amazing as a lawyer, but then also teach it at the same time and
Right.
combine that with who you really are and at a deeper level, which, at a deeper level, you and we talk about this all the time. You're this very deep, beautiful, conscious soul. I mean, I'm always like, how old are you again? I can't even believe it, right? But when you combine
Many
all
lifetimes
three,
old.
yes, many, many.
Yeah.
But when you combine all three filters, you get a brand that's beautiful and unique. And I know that you just recently, you've just launched your consulting, your coaching business, and you've already done great and attracted some awesome people. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
But I'm really excited to see what you're going to do next. So I think it's going to be awesome. I think the universe is definitely calling you.
It is. It really is. And I know that now is certainly the time. It was the time before COVID. And I think just the whole virtual aspect is one way to kind of welcome people into looking at their business differently, and then give them the inspiration to then just realize that's just one layer, that it goes deeper than that. And there's so much more that you can do in a practical sense, that a lot of times people will say, oh, just attorneys will be better if they just meditate, for 10 minutes a day. That's literally one small component. And there's so much more to it than that. So that's,
I'm sure. And I mean, you figured out the systems. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. And you've definitely helped me look at it in a way that I think the one thing that was also very helpful is the client journey. Thinking of like the journey you'll take the client on. You can't take them to, step 10 if they haven't gone through 1 through 9. And although they want step 10, they need to be spoken to based on 1 through 9 first. And I think that's helpful. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks
so
for being with me.
Yes.
I love you.
Love you so much.
And guys, if you ever know of a lawyer that needs a little bliss in their life, definitely send them here to Ashley, because she will definitely set them straight and in alignment. So thanks for being with me, and I will see you guys next week with another beautiful unicorn who is out there just trailblazing and making our dreams a reality. All right.
Thanks, Marielle.
Right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.